haven't seen Luka in a month. I've tried to convince her, but she's never tried to listen to my explanation. I don't understand if all couples go through this, but it's too much for me, who's just starting to know love. I take a deep breath and light another cigarette. Fianda, Luka calls out, and I immediately step on my cigarette. Luka, I hug her, but she immediately pulls away. I warned you not to bother Fai-chun. Why are you still bothering him? Luka said, full of emotion. What do you mean? I didn't do anything, Luka. I don't even understand what you're saying, I replied, my voice rising slightly. Why don't you try to trust me? You could find out the truth first. Why do you keep accusing me? What's your relationship with Fai-chun that makes you seem to defend him? I asked, fueled by anger. I have nothing to do with him. I just don't like you bothering other people. He's the one bothering me. Luka, do you believe I'm that bad in your eyes, huh? I asked, holding her hand tightly. I've been patient for a month, following your wishes, but you keep accusing me of things I haven't done. What kind of relationship is this, Luka? I shouted. I'm trying to convince you I love you, but I have to see you act like I'm not your girlfriend. Why did you agree to be my girlfriend then, huh? I quit. I give up, I said. Do it. Do whatever you want. Luka replied. You just don't understand my situation. What about yours? Luka asked me. Oh, you're blaming me now? I'm not blaming you. It's just that you're going too far. Let's break up, I suggested. Okay, Luka left me. Arg. Who says love is beautiful? Love is painful. Sal, I shouted, smashing the glass in front of me. She easily said break up. Doesn't she remember how I struggled to win her heart? Luka muttered, walking away from my hangout spot. I had just experienced falling in love. I was also just trying to date, but things weren't as beautiful as I imagined. Our love story had to end because there was no trust in our relationship. Luka kept accusing me. She never asked me any questions. She never believed me. That made me sick. I decided to end the relationship they just started. Luka entered her house. She saw Kanchan and Lukmai having dinner together. Luka's cynical gaze was met with a playful wink from Kanchan, making her disgusted. Luka went straight to her room and threw her bag down. Then she saw a picture of her with me. Did you have to break up with me that easily, Fi? We hadn't even had the chance to say I love you yet, and we had to separate. Is it really my fault that I can't understand you? But Fai-chun gave proof that you were really bothering him. Fi, look, there's nothing wrong with trusting Fai-anda. Even though he acts that way, he's actually good. I didn't tell Fi-look to fully understand about Fai-anda, but there should be trust in a relationship. If you don't trust Fai-anda, you won't be able to have a good relationship. I'm not defending Fai-anda, but he seems really happy lately. Luka remembered Priya's words. She massaged her aching head. I want to believe you, but it feels hard. I don't know, I'm just so tired, Luka said. Lying down on her king-size bed, she stared at the ceiling. That shadow flashed through her mind again. Suddenly, Luka sat up. Her breath became erratic. I better get some snacks. She got out of bed and walked towards the parking lot. The snack shop wasn't far, so she decided to walk. Hey, Kanchan suddenly pulled Luka into his arms. Let go. What are you doing? Luka tried to break free. Oh, you're still playing hard to get. Kanchan chuckled. Don't do anything to me, Luka warned him. Ha ha ha, I miss you. You miss me too, right? Kanchan asked. You must miss my penis, right? Kanchan laughed, teasing Luka. Watch your words. I've never been attracted to you in the slightest. Oh, you're still pretending you don't want me. Looka. Kanchan pulled her into his arms again. Don't be crazy, Chun. Looka shoved Kanchan forcefully when he tried to kiss her. Why do you keep rejecting me, Looka? Don't be a hypocrite. You want me too. I don't want anything from you, Chun. I feel disgusted when you touch me. Aren't you embarrassed? I've been rejecting you since the beginning. Why do you keep bothering me, huh? Looka pushed Kanchan again. I don't know what your goal is for marrying my sister, but you shouldn't bother me. I'm disgusted. Looka shouted. I won't stop until I get you, Looka. You know I've loved you since the beginning. But why do you keep rejecting me, huh? What's wrong with me? I've given you everything, even my dignity, but you still reject me. I'm disgusted by the despicable things you did to me. Luckily, I was still conscious. Otherwise, I would have been pregnant with the child of someone I hate. Why do you hate me, Looka? What did I do to you that makes you hate me so much? Kanchan asked. I shouldn't hate you when you chose to be with my friend back then, but I felt shattered because I loved you. I was happy when you seemed to want me, but my heart was dead. The love I had for you was gone, and it will never come back. Besides, I love someone now, so please stop bothering me and have a good marriage life with my sister. Looka said at length. Kanchan just stood there, processing everything she said. Who is the person you love? I've never seen you with anyone, Kanchan asked. It's me. I'm the one Looka loves. Anda approached them. Huh? Seriously? He's the one you love? Are you crazy? I married your sister and you changed your taste. Ha ha ha. Kanchan laughed. My finger is more needed by Looka than your penis, so stop bothering my girlfriend, Anda shouted. One more thing. Stop accusing me of causing trouble for you. I don't think I'm worthy of competing with someone like you. Anda shoved Kanchan and pulled Looka away from him. Why did you tell him we're dating? You're lying. We just broke up, Looka said. Anda remained silent. He looked at Looka with a sharp gaze. I saved you from him, and you're still questioning if I'm lying. You shouldn't have done that. This will just cause more problems. What problems? You don't know Fai-chan, so you don't know. Because I don't know, you should tell me. I don't want to tell you. You should go home. It's already late. Looka quickly walked toward her house. Ha ha ha, Anda, you can't compete with me. Kanchan approached Anda. You! Anda grabbed Kanchan's collar. You'll lose, Looka. Kanchan released Anda's hand from his shirt. Kanchan continued to laugh as he entered his house. I won't let Looka be with you. Looka must be mine again, Kanchan murmured, watching Anda still standing in place. Ark, bastard, jerk, damn it, Anda shouted, raging to himself. My guess was right. They're involved in a love triangle. Anda clenched his fist. He got in his car and sped off recklessly. Upon arriving at Looku's house, she went straight back to her room. She didn't have the appetite to eat. Anda must be misunderstanding. Aish, what should I do? Looka sat down and grabbed her phone. Why isn't Anda contacting me? She fretted, constantly checking her phone. Am I the only one who contacts him? She asked herself. Anda slammed his bedroom door shut. Sterling Davy, who was in his room. What's wrong with you, Fi? Why did you slam the door? She didn't do anything wrong to you, Davy asked. She was still busy with her work. Why do women always want to be understood? Oh, what's wrong with you? Aren't you a woman too, Fi? Davy chuckled. Aish, that's not what I meant. Dev, do women really have moods that change often? Anda asked Davy. Davy approached him. Women and men are the same. Everyone wants to be understood, without exception. But it all comes down to how you handle it. Davy replied. Are you in love with a woman? Davy asked. Just a fleeting love, Anda replied, taking a sip of his drink. Ha ha ha. Why is your story so sad? You just felt love and it already ended. Davy laughed loudly. Anda, irritated, threw a pillow at Davy. You're just teasing me, Dev. Forgive me if I laugh. This is hilarious. Ha ha. Davy couldn't stop laughing. Never mind. How's your relationship with Beulah? Are you going to introduce her to Dad soon? Anda asked. You're crazy. Dad really dislikes equal marriages. I could lose Beulah if I introduce her to him. Davy answered, her face suddenly serious. I'm happy enough living in the secret relationship. Let everyone know that Beulah and I are just boss and subordinate. Davy continued, sitting down on Anda's bed. I don't know how it will end up. I'm just living my life according to my wishes, and I'm willing to take responsibility for whatever I do. You're amazing. Your thinking is so mature. Why can't I think like you? Anda said. You haven't found yourself yet. So you think you're still a child. You need someone who makes you responsible for their happiness. Then you'll find your true self. Yeah, CEO Beulah, Anda teased Davy. Are you interested in working at my company now? Davy asked, teasing Anda. No, work is so boring. Besides, Dad still has plenty of money. We won't be broke just because I don't work. Anda replied, lying down on the bed. Aish, what a scary thought. Don't you want to have your own company and have a lot of employees? You can't keep living as a freeloader even though you know Dad's wealth is endless, Davy said, returning to your study desk and focusing back on her work. Anda was slightly stunned when he heard his sister's words. He thought for a moment about what Davy said, and there was some truth to it. He woke up and approached Davy. He looked at the data she was working on. He massaged his head slightly. He felt dizzy just looking at the numbers on Davy's laptop screen. Even though he had just been watching her work, it seems like you're starting to get interested. Davy said, closing her laptop. Aish, you didn't finish that yet. You missed a page, Anda said, still looking at Davy's closed laptop. Come to my company tomorrow. I'll make you vice president. Davy walked out of Anda's room. Without waiting for his answer, a notification popped up on his phone. Luka_Kamalik posted a photo. Holiday, where is she going on vacation? Anda kept looking at Luka's photo. Never mind. It's none of my business anymore. He turned off his phone and decided to take a shower. Elsewhere, Luka saw that he had liked her post. He saw my post and liked it, but he didn't message me. AISSHHH. What the heck? Luka threw her phone on the bed and hugged her pillow. Skip. A week passed. Luka was increasingly disgusted by Kanchan's increasingly daring behavior. This morning, she was having breakfast with her parents, Lukmai and Kanchan. Luka felt a little uncomfortable because Kanchan kept teasing her by constantly poking her leg under the table. I'm finished eating. I'm leaving. Luka said goodbye to her parents and Lukmai. She looked at Kanchan with sharp eyes. Anda had been leaning against his car, which he had intentionally parked right in front of Luka's house. Anda, what are you doing in front of my house? Luka asked, approaching him. Anda took off his glasses. I wanted to show you my new car. Isn't it cool? Huh, really? Luca asked. I came all the way from my house to yours just to pick you up. But I'm awesome, right? I got a new car in a week, Anda said, sounding arrogant. Ha ha, you're working now? What kind of job earns you $1 billion baht in 7 days? Luca chuckled. I'm the vice president at my sister's company, and you know I've mastered all my work. Oh, you're really showing off everything. Ha ha. Luca laughed. Please, move your new car. I want to drive mine. I'm afraid I'll be late. Luca told him. Don't you want to try my new car? The AC is super cold. You'll love it. Ha ha. Maybe another time. Please move it. Luca got into her car. She'd been chauffeured by her driver for the past 2 months. Aish, a bit stubborn, Anda scratched his head, which wasn't itchy. Sir, please move my car and I'll drive yours. Give me the keys, Anda said to the driver who was ready to drive Luca. Okay, ma'am, the driver said. Aits, are you serious? You're calling me ma'am. Look at me. I'm still young, Anda protested. Sorry, Kananda. The driver immediately walked towards Anda's car. Alright, Kanluka, besides campus, where else do you want me to take you? Anda asked, putting on his seatbelt. Aish, you're such a bother. 5, I'm late. I'll punch you. Luca threatened. Relax. I'm an expert driver. You'll be on time. Anda started driving Luca's car. On the way to campus, Luca remained silent. For some reason, it felt awkward being near Anda. Maybe it was because they had only recently broken up. Or maybe Luca was afraid that Anda would misunderstand her conversation with Kanchan back then. Several questions were swirling in Anda's mind as he saw Luca remain silent. Fi Anda, Luca, they both called each other. You go first, Anda said. Fi Anda, I'm sorry to you, Luca said. Sorry for what? Yeah, for my attitude before. I was probably not a good girlfriend to you. Never mind. We're already over, right? Anda remained focused on the road. So we're really over, huh? Luca murmured softly. What did you say? Anda asked. Luca immediately shook her head and forced a smile. Aish, it turns out my assumption was wrong. What's wrong? Anda asked again. It's okay. Luca turned her gaze to the road. Fi, don't you want to give me a chance? I realize I was too selfish. Can't we fix our relationship? Luca asked. Anda immediately stopped the car. Can you drive or not? Luca scolded him for braking suddenly. What did you say? Anda asked, immediately looking at Luca who was sitting in the passenger seat. No replay, Luca replied. I'm so happy that you want to fix it. I realize our relationship is still new and it takes time to understand each other. I still want to be with you for a long time, Luca. Yes, Fi, I feel that. I'd be a hypocrite if I said I didn't want you anymore. About Kanchan, I have nothing to do with him. I don't want to hear that name. Don't worry, I believe you. Does that mean we're dating again? Luca asked, a little nervous. Yes, of course. There's nothing wrong with that. Anda smiled at her. You don't have to teach anymore. I'll take care of all your needs. Just relax. I already have a job, Anda said, holding her hand. Aish, did you forget? My parents' wealth will never run out. Luca chuckled. Hee, yeah, you're right. We're rich. Why should we bother working? How about we just travel and spend all our money? Anda suggested. Aish, you're so childish. Fi, Luca laughed and Anda joined in. Do you remember the cat you almost hit? It's grown up now, but I haven't found a suitable name for it. Luca said, now switching seats to sit beside him. Ah, yes, I remember. How about you name him Kim Sorbet? A Kim. As far as I know, that's a Korean surname. Hee hee, yeah, my Korean friends often call me Kim Anda. Hee hee. So, you've lived in Korea? Luka asked. I did. I studied there, but not for long. Only 2 years because of the pandemic. I finished my studies online, Anda answered. I see. So you're quite intelligent, but it's a pity you're enjoying being unemployed. Haha, Luka laughed. Besides, why should I be born rich? If I weren't, I'd use my intelligence to get a job at your father's company and then propose to you, Anda said, joining in her laughter. Haha, alright, driver, please take me to campus. Okay, Luka. Anda drove the car, which had been stopped by the side of the road. He held Luka's hand tightly, kissing it occasionally. Luka, not used to it, was a little startled. For some reason, her heart was racing. When Kanchan used to hold her hand, she didn't feel what she felt with Anda. It only took 10 minutes for Luka to arrive at campus on time. Anda ran and opened the car door for Luka. Oh, you don't have to do that. Luka blushed slightly at the unusual gesture. I'll pick you up after work, Anda said, fixing her hair. Yes, sir. Thank you. Luka chuckled. So, where's my payment then? I don't have cash. Do you have a bank account? I'll transfer it later. This is what I mean. Muakak. Anda kissed Luka's lips briefly, making her eyes widen. Go inside. You'll be late. Anda smiled. Luka just nodded and walked towards the campus. She kept touching her lips, even though it was her second kiss from him. Somehow, it felt different this time. Skip. Anda entered his office and saw Davy busy in front of her laptop. Anda, please check the finances for this month. I found a few issues there, Davy said, realizing he was in the same room with her. Okay, boss. Anda opened his laptop and started checking the finances Davy asked for. Ah, here it is. There's an expense, Anda said. Davy went to him and looked at his laptop. Wait, this expense is from yesterday with a total of 1 billion baht? Are you serious? Davy slapped her forehead. She didn't remember spending that much. Anda, can you trace where that money went? Okay, boss. Ah, here it is, boss. The money was transferred to Ferrari Thailand. Huh? Wait. I think that's a car dealership. Yes, it is because I bought it yesterday, Anda said without guilt, deliberately trying to busy himself. Huh? Anda, are you serious? Why didn't you tell me? Davy asked. Well, I work here, so I need to get paid, Anda answered. Whoa, what company gives 1 billion baht salary in 1 week? I could go bankrupt. Anda. Davy was a little upset by her brother's actions. Aish, forget it. Just consider it my salary for this week. Hee, Anda chuckled. He continued his work, ignoring Davy, who was constantly nagging him. Honey, I might go bankrupt if this keeps happening. Davy complained to Bua, her lover. It's okay. He's your brother anyway. Besides, he's willing to work now. That's good, Bua reassured Davy, and she just nodded. At Kanchan's company, Kanchan threw some documents at his personal secretary. Can you work or not? How can sales drop so drastically like this, huh? Kanchan asked, looking sharply at his secretary. I'm sorry, Kanchan. Maybe the intense competition is causing us to experience a decline in sales. If this continues, I could go bankrupt. I could be kicked out by the look my family. Do you want that? And then hope that I'll marry you? We'll try to increase sales again. I don't want that. Stop talking nonsense, his secretary answered. Destroy anyone who disturbs my company, Kanchan ordered. The Vanity Club's products are very popular among teenagers and adults these days. I saw the data from the media. Their annual profit is 100 trillion. The company is owned by siblings. The CEO is named David Divyabhativarat, and the vice president is named Andalookkaew. Jenny, his secretary, said. Andalookkaew. Kanchan sounded a bit unfamiliar with that name. You have to get rid of them and make the Vanity Club go bankrupt, Kanchan ordered. Also, tell Noon to check sales more often. We've experienced significant losses this month, Kanchan instructed Jenny. Jenny nodded and walked out of Kanchan's office. Anda saw that the clock was 12:30. He quickly grabbed his car keys and headed towards the parking lot. Oh, I look so handsome. He chuckled to himself when he accidentally passed by a mirror. When he arrived at the campus, he waited for Luka. He leaned against Luka's car. Fayanda, Priya shouted, running towards him and hugging him briefly. Oh, Nang Priya, Anda teased. Priya patted his shoulder. Are you waiting for your girlfriend? Huh? Just because you have a girlfriend, you don't pick me up anymore, Priya said. You're all grown up. Anda ruffled Priya's hair playfully. Oh, so you don't want to pick me up because you're having an affair with her? Noon asked, approaching Priya and Anda. You know she's my friend, Priya. How can you have an affair with her and you're not even ashamed, Anda? Noon shoved Anda back a few steps. What do you mean? Why are you accusing me of having an affair with my own sister, huh? Anda shouted, shoving Noon back because he couldn't accept it. Huh, sister? Noon was surprised. Yes, she's my sister. Wait, you just accused me of having an affair. So, the girlfriend you always talk about is Priya, my sister? Anda asked, glancing at Priya and then focusing back on Noon, who hung his head. Oh, how dare you take my sister on a date? Break up with her now, Anda ordered. I didn't know she was your sister, and you can't just tell me to break up with her. We love each other, Noon replied. I don't care. You have to break up with her now because I don't want to be nice to you after knowing that. You're my sister's boyfriend, and you're also Fai Chen's cousin. You've been lying to me all this time. You said Fai Chen was only your cousin, Anda said. My relationship with Priya has nothing to do with anyone else, so you can't control my relationship with her. Noon answered, pulling Priya's hand and walking away. Aish, why did I just find out that my sister is dating my own friend? Anda muttered. Hey, sorry for making you wait, Luka said, approaching him. Oh, I miss you. Anda immediately hugged her. What's wrong? Is work that tough? Luka asked, stroking his hair as he held her. No, my work doesn't drain my energy, but I do lose energy when I miss you, Anda said. Oh, you're so good at making up stories. I'm suspicious that you have many girlfriends, haha. Luka laughed. I only feel love for you. How can I have many girlfriends, sweetheart? Anda released his hug. Let's have lunch. He opened the car door for Luka. Are you sure they're dating? Kanchan asked Jenny, who kept watching Anda and Luka. I think so. They look happy, Jenny replied. Silo, Kanchan slammed his hand on the steering wheel. You have to get rid of them and make the Vanity Club go bankrupt, Kanchan ordered. Jenny just nodded. But Chan, if you kill one of them, It won't make a difference, because one of them will still be alive and able to live a good life. You might not be able to get a chance with Luca if you get involved in murder. I think it's better if you plan how they both get destroyed at the same time, Jenny said, looking at Kanchan seriously. You're right. Why didn't I think of that? Ha ha, Kanchan laughed. If that's the case, you just focus on the vanity club business for Luca. I'll handle it, Chun continued, and they both laughed with satisfaction. You have to destroy Luca and her brother. I'm so sick of seeing them still able to smile happily after destroying my life, Jenny said. It seems like you really hate them both. Is it because of me? Kanchan teased Jenny. Ha ha, you're too self-absorbed, Chun. I don't like you. I just don't like seeing her happy. You can see that their lives are perfect, but mine isn't. I even have to hold back my longing for my own mother, Jenny replied, giving a wry smile. Relax. I'll help you get your happiness back. Kanchan patted her shoulder softly. I actually like you, Chun, but you chose to marry Lookmai to get revenge. But now I understand. You don't want to destroy the Pinsang Subson family, but you want to make Luca yours. Jenny thought silently, giving a small smile towards Kanchan. Jenny is the biological child of Ploy Kanika. Her mother officially married a wealthy widower who had two daughters named Lookmai Sang Subson and Luca Kamalak Sang Subson. Pinsang Subson has several companies that are very popular in Thailand. Pin's company is named after his late wife, Hunter Village. The company has a very good selling concept, so there are a lot of customers for its products. It's no wonder that the company's annual revenue is 150 trillion baht. But Pin's wife succumbed to her aggressive cancer. She had to leave her husband and two young children. Pin decided to marry Ploy because he really needed a mother figure for his children. Even though their marriage was initially opposed by Lookmai and Luca, Pin still married his former personal secretary. Ploy left her husband and child. Jenny. She did that for Jenny so that she wouldn't live in poverty anymore. But Ploy forgot about reality and cut off communication with Jenny and her husband. A few months ago, Ploy received news that her husband died by suicide. Although she was initially shocked, Ploy felt relieved because she didn't have to lie to Pin anymore. At the restaurant, Fyanda, where's your beloved blue car? I haven't seen it, Luca asked, focusing on peeling prawns for Anda. Anda was slightly startled by Luku's question. It's here, he replied simply. Oh, isn't that your favorite car? Why did you buy a new one? Luca asked again. I have a lot of money, so there's nothing wrong with buying one. Besides, this car is the latest model. I like it, Anda answered calmly. You're not going to use this car for racing, right? Luca asked again. Anda took a slow breath because Luca was asking so many questions. No, I'm not interested in racing, he replied, chuckling slightly. Oh, about your car. I haven't gotten any information. I even asked my police friends for help, but your car is still missing, Anda said. Luca just smiled slightly. It's okay, she replied. I'm sorry for lying to you, Anda thought to himself. They were both silent for a while. They resumed their lunch. After finishing lunch, Anda drove Luca home. He also took his car, which was still parked neatly in front of the garage at Luku's house. Lookmai, seeing them joking around in the driveway, was slightly displeased. She watched them from her balcony with a sharp gaze. Anda quickly said goodbye to Luca. He couldn't stop by because he had a meeting with his sister. Davy, this afternoon. Luka waved to him. After his car disappeared, she went inside, smiling. You look so happy. Are you in love? Lookmai asked when Luka reached her bedroom door. You could say that, Luka replied, chuckling. Who is the person who made you fall in love? Is it a handsome and wealthy guy? Lookmai asked again. Him? He's a vice president. He's tall, fair, and very handsome. He was your classmate back then. Luka described Anda. Huh? Don't tell me you're dating Anda. Yes, I'm dating him. Why are you so surprised? Luka asked, looking at Lookmai, who suddenly went silent. No, I'm not surprised at all. I didn't even think you'd fall in love with someone of the same gender. Lookmai sneered at Luka. You have to be more careful. Don't let Dad know about this. You know he hates same-gender relationships. Lookmai reminded her. Luka just nodded and went into her room. Before she could sit down, she saw her phone screen light up, showing a wallpaper of her with Anda. As she was looking at the wallpaper on her phone, she was surprised when he called. Luka immediately picked up. I miss you so much, Anda whined over the phone. We haven't even been apart for half an hour. Luka replied, smiling. It's a pity I can't see your beautiful smile. Oh, how does he know I'm smiling? Did he install a CCTV in my room? But he's never even been in my room before. Luka murmured softly, feeling puzzled. Hello. Why are you quiet? Anda asked. Nothing. Are you in a meeting? Why are you calling me? Luka asked. What's wrong with me calling my girlfriend? I want a kiss from you, Anda chuckled. Oh, you're so naughty. Finish your meeting quickly and come home soon so you can sleep with me. Okay, Madam President. I will carry out my duties properly. Anda hung up the phone and entered the meeting room with Davy and some employees from the Vanity Club company. Anda was very nervous, considering it was his first meeting. He fixed his tie and tied up his hair to look a little fresher. Davy, competition in the business world is very cutthroat. When we face other businessmen, we must be prepared to lose everything. I see that our sales have been really good lately. Even the products we sell are flying off the shelves. But we need to be careful because business competition will always be there. Anda, we just received an email from SH Group. They want to collaborate with us. The products they offer are quite good, and I feel that you guys will like them too. Anda displayed several products from SH Group on the screen. He continued to explain the benefits of collaborating, how both companies would get huge profits. Pamu? Kananda, are we not rushing into accepting a partnership with SH Group? I mean, we don't know the company's history. Davy, relax. Fyanda has already researched it, and the company is really good. That's why Fyanda decided to accept it. Pamu just nodded. The meeting ended. Anda got into his car. He untied his tie, which felt like it was choking him, and threw it away. So tiring, he closed his eyes for a moment, then started driving towards Noon's house. At Loko's house. Why does my heart hurt? This is such a plot twist. I've been in love with you for years, but my own sister is dating you. I haven't even had a chance to tell you that I like you. Lookmai murmured, staring out the window. What are you standing there for? Kanchan asked, diverting Lookmai's gaze towards him. What happened to your face? Lookmai asked, seeing some bruises on Kanchan's face. It's because of Anda. You know that kid keeps bothering me. Kanchan deliberately shouted so that Luka would hear him. What's your problem with him? Lookmai asked. I don't have any problems with him. He couldn't accept that he lost a race, so he beat me up. Kanchan continued to raise his voice. Luka, who accidentally overheard the conversation, was shocked. She immediately picked up her phone and called Anda, but his number was not active. Feeling angry, Luka threw her phone and went silent, hugging her pillow. Kanchan smiled slightly, knowing that Luka had heard what he said. You're done for, Anda, Kanchan muttered. Don't treat me, I can do it myself. Kanchan roughly grabbed the first aid kit from Lukmai and pushed her away. Elsewhere, Anda got out of his car. He saw Noon standing right in front of his house. What's up? You wanna meet with me? It seems pretty important, Anda asked. I won't approve of your relationship with Priya, so don't bother asking me. He continued. This isn't about me and Priya, it's about you. Are you really dating Luka? Noon's question made Anda hesitate to answer. If you are, you need to be careful with Fai-chan. He hates you, Noon added. Why are you doing this? Is this a bribe for me to approve of you? Anda asked. No, I can date without your approval, but I hate how Fai-chan keeps bothering you. You know he's putting on a show so that Luka hates you, Noon replied. I don't quite understand why Fai-chan hates me so much. Can you explain the relationship between Luka and Fai-chan? Anda asked, curious. They both loved each other before, but Fai-chan chose Luku's friend because he hated her father so much. Luku's father was a close friend of our dad, but their friendship was destroyed because Luku's father betrayed our father. Kinpin stressed our father out because he went bankrupt, and our father committed suicide. Fai-chan promised to destroy the Pinsang Subson family, Noon explained in detail. Although Fai-chan loved Luka, he didn't allow her to be happy. Fai-chan chose to marry Lukmai, her sister. He thought that love should be equal. If Fai-chan felt pain, then Luka should also feel pain. But lately you've come into Luku's life, and she looks really happy. So Fai-chan hates you even though he's been trying hard to get into the Sang-Subson family? Fai-chan established a company called SH Group, but his company is experiencing a decline in sales because it's losing out to the Vanity Club, a company that's been built for just a year. That's why he hates you even more. He considers you a freeloader, Noon said at length. Sile, it turns out Pamu was right. I accepted his company's partnership too easily. I didn't know that SH Group belonged to Fai-chan. Anda thought silently. Anda listened to all of Noon's words. He was silent, hearing Noon explain the dark history of his family. All right, Noon, I understand. Thank you for the information, but don't expect me to approve of your relationship with Priya. Anda reminded him again. Noon just nodded. Can I ask you for a favor? Anda asked. If I can, there's no problem, Noon replied. Punch me in the face? Buke. Noon punched Anda's cheek without warning. Noon's punch was strong enough to make Anda take a step back. Damn, that hurts, Anda shouted, holding his cheek. Sorry, I was following your instructions, Noon laughed. Okay, thanks. Anda said goodbye and went home. The next day, Anda was standing in front of his sports car. Good. Finally, I can meet you, Luka said, making Anda flinch. Why are you wearing a mask? That's unusual, Luka asked. I just have a little cold. Don't worry, Anda replied, pretending to sneeze. Luka pressed the back of her hand against his forehead, but she felt that his body temperature was the same as hers. Luka immediately removed his mask. Why is your face bruised like that? She asked. noticing his slightly swollen lip. I got into a fight with Fai-chan, Anda answered quietly. Huh? Are you serious? Did you lose the race to him and end up like this? Luka asked. Her voice rose a little. He lost and he couldn't accept it, so he punched me first, Anda replied, unable to meet Luka's eyes. Aish, have you treated your wounds? If not, let me treat them, Luka asked softly. Luka's anger subsided slightly when she saw Anda's face. This time, she couldn't blame him because Kanchan was the same after all. Ha, Sile. He's quite good at acting. Kanchan clenched his fists, watching them both. Anda suddenly hugged Luka when he saw Kanchan walking towards his car. He stuck his tongue out at Kanchan, making Kanchan want to punch Anda's head. Anda smiled contentedly. Ah, honey. It hurts, Anda exaggerated. Yes, honey. Just a moment. I'll treat it. Luka carefully treated the wound on his lip. Sile, Kanchan punched the steering wheel. This is just a warm-up, Anda. There will be more surprises for you. Kanchan laughed sarcastically.